look at this Beko condenser dryer then. Model DRSC68W. It's not a basic condenser dryer since it has sensor drying, and they did do a more basic one with a timed drying only. But it kind of gives you everything you need to dry everyday clothes with plenty of settings. Right, so we'll take a look then. At the bottom, here, behind that flap, you take it down and you've got your condenser, which you need to clean out periodically every month or so. I'll switch it on here. And immediately, any last settings that you last set it on with the options will eliminate straight away. Now it only has one setting, it has the buzzer cancel. It also has a child lock too, using the start and the buzzer cancel buttons together. It also has a set of indicator lights here at the side. Here. We've got a clean filter light which will come up when there's lack of airflow, and a water tank full light which will light when this tank is full of water and it's been basically going back down to the reservoir, and that's then filled up as well. Then it will tell you where it is in terms of drying. Now we have drying. Then when it gets to the ready iron stage, it will get to this light, and when it gets to ready to wear stage, it will get to this light. Cool down will activate at that point, and then it will continue drying for about 10 minutes in cool down before finally going to end/anti-crease. Anti-crease is automatic and will end when you open the door. It will also stop after a while too, so don't think it's going to go on forever and ever and ever and ever. Buzzer cancel will turn off the beeper, as the beeper will continue forever and will not stop beeping. And then we've got our start pause button. Our programs, we've got cottons and then 3 different dryness settings. We've got ready to iron, which will leave them damp, ready to wear, which will dry them to basically put away, and then extra dry, which will dry into ready to wear dry, but then run for an additional time. And basically it's kind of there for if you've got multi-layer fabrics such as like jeans or shirts with cuff collars and stuff like that, where the actual garment itself will dry first, but the like cuffs on shirts, for examples, or like the top bit of say like jeans, might say like there, they might not be fully dried at that point. So it just runs that extra time. Delicates is made for a very small load of delicate fibres and will run at a low heat. Synthetics is made for half a load, so that's 3 kilo of man-made fibres and polycottons. And it should dry at a low temperature, though sometimes it dry at a higher temperature still. Ready to iron, which will leave them damp, and ready to wear will leave them damp. Yeah, you see, synthetics is a bit different. If you're drying cottons, it should come out fine on ready to wear, but if you're drying synthetics, they'll still come out damp. Then your time programs run with high heat. 10 minutes is actually cool down. 20 minutes is 20 minutes of 10 minutes of drying, 10 minutes cool down, and then 40 minutes is 30 minutes of drying, 10 minutes of cool down, and then 60 minutes is 50 minutes of drying, 10 minutes of cool down. And that's your lot, really. These time programs are made for if you're drying a single item, or some items that are very dry but just need finishing off, or but basically items that sometimes the sensor might not detect. So there you go. It gives you kind of everything you need. I like it. Like, this is an okay amount of drying programs. Now, if we open the door, we're welcomed with a drum light inside, which is also working. Our filter is down here. We've got some further what should be filters here, but they're like microfiber filters basically. So everything's kind of directed to this, but it can go up. Airflow can go through this. Then we've got our sensor here, which can be cleaned periodically. Also, a little heads up as well, if you have these, it's quite a common problem over time. Same problem with this. If you go to switch on your machine and the drum light lights up, but these LEDs don't, it's a board problem still. Which, unfortunately, was the problem with this machine. Fortunately, I got another machine that I took the board from. And just put on this and made it fully working again. There we go. So we're going to leave buzzer cancel on, because I don't want to keep on beeping. Starts up immediately. Alright, now it's complete. Let's take a look then. So the first thing we're going to do is take out this drawer. And as you can see, we've got a small amount of water. Now we can tip that down the sink, empty it. But right now, we're just going to leave it in, because it will do for another cycle. Take a look at the results then. All very nicely dried. Take out our filter. So we split the filter like this, and then we can gather the fluff like so. And place the filter back in afterwards. And that's it, we're all done. We'll switch it off, top, and then rate this. So we're going to give it out of 10 then. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. It's simple, easy to use, though delicates can cut out earlier than necessary, depending on what you're drying. But other than that, it's great. Oh, it's also noisier than other dryers, so the Zanussi equivalent would be much quieter than this. But then again, Beko's cheap. So what do you expect? Build quality wise, it's quite good. Now this was actually like prior to then a redesign, and then the redesign was actually even better. Right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.